breaking news coming in on the show right now from West Bengal as polling continues under tight security. West Bengal Election Commissioner has issued a strict directive on EVM complaints stating that any reports of button tampering must be verified and documented immediately. The Commissioner has also made it clear that if such complaints are found to be true, those polling booths will go in for repoll. The developments come as voting continue in this crucial phase of the state election. And the EC there issuing a strong directive on EVM complaints, suggesting that any reports of tampering with the buttons will be verified, action will be taken immediately, and if the complaints are found to be true, all those polling booths reporting issues with the EVM will go in for repolls. Joining me on the show is Nirmalya Mukherjee, senior journalist. Also with us is Pratim Ranjan Bose, senior journalist. Thank you very much, the two of you, sir, for taking time out. Nirmalya, I want to come to you. This is the second phase of voting. Intermittent complaints of, EVM malfunctioning. Some reports also of some sporadic violence. But all in all, election which has been conducted rather smoothly when it comes to West Bengal standards.
Yes, of course. You see, what is not reconciled is that voting in Bengal since 1950s, if you see until for 5 or 6 decades, it started off with 40%, it went up to 80%, and when Mamta came to power in 2011, it was 84%. What is very interesting in this election, as a journalist, what I find is that the voting going up. We have never seen such voting going up. Surprisingly, you will be surprised to know that in 1972, when Congress was there in power, and when 1977, CPM came to power, at that time the polling came down. In 72, it was 66%, and when CPM came to power, the polling was 56%. So now then it gradually went up. So in 1984, there was a big break. And that break was 84%, and CPM was offloaded, and CPM went out of power. My interest in this entire election is that whoever wins, irrespective of whoever wins, that the people will decide. Now, the point is this 84% polling, that has gone up in the first phase to 93%. I think this time it is going to cross 93% because within 11 o'clock, if you see that 40% polling has taken place, by the end of the counting, it will cross 94, 95% definitely. And people are coming out to vote. Whereas when Mamta came to power in 2011, there was a polling of 84%, and in 2024, it came down by 5%. Again, it has gone up. So Bengal doesn't vote. There is no history. It's a record. Bengal has voted up to 84%. That is the maximum Bengal has voted. As far as I remember, in 1986, there was a polling of around 85% when CPM was in power. But this kind of polling, it's very interesting and fascinating for me. It's crossing the 90% mark. That means it could be Hindu consolidation. It could be anti-SIR mandate. What is interesting
I remember speaking to you after the first phase, and you said it could swing either ways. It could mean consolidation of votes for Mamta Banerjee, but it could also mean anger.
It could cut both sides.
It could cut both sides.
It cuts both sides. Both sides.
Okay.
So this time, this 90%, that is really fascinating for me, and I am really very happy that in the democracy, what the Election Commission salutes to them, what the government is doing, the central government has done, or the Election Commission has done, whatever they have done. The way they are conducting the polls, there could be very little here and there. There could be some scuffle because yesterday also I said I have calculated over 200 deaths because Bengal is a very violent state. Otherwise, it's subdued. But when it comes to terms of power, it is a very violent state. Absolutely. In the last 40 years of my journalistic career, I have calculated over 200 deaths, post-poll violence and poll violence on the day of the poll. So this time it's fascinating, no death, nothing of the kind, but so much of polling is happening.
Right.
if you go into the seat issue is different.
I'll come to you on that. I'll come to you on that. Let me take questions, from other panelists also. On the show with us is Pratim Ranjan Bose. Swapnil Biswas, spokesperson for the BJP, is also with us. So is Anurag Singh Dikshit, a political analyst. Thank you very much, all of you as well. Pratim Ranjan Bose, would you agree that a higher percentage could cut either ways? It could be consolidation for Mamata Banerjee. It could be Hindu voter consolidation as well. Or it could just be anger against SIR. I mean, it is not necessarily a vote against incumbent.
Third part is of course correct. It may not be a vote against incumbent. These additional vote that is a net increase is Hindu vote. Now, whether it will go, whether it will lead to a consolidation is to be seen. Whether it is a vote for example, we are yet to know, or I mean, at least I don't have any indicator to suggest which way the women vote are moving. There are some other indicator about other votes, but women vote I am really unaware of. And also 18 to 24, the Gen Z generation. So where are they going to vote? So that I think that will be a decider. That said, what I see is that in the first phase, there was an absolute silence, deafening silence. Voters didn't utter a word. Okay. But in the phase two, they started coming up, at least in last 48 or 2-3 days. I personally did some Reiki, and I saw people are speaking out. So there is a possibility that there is an anti-incumbency vote going on. There is a possibility. I only said that much. I didn't say that it is a case. Over to you.
Okay, so there is a possibility there, and that's at least what the BJP is feeling. Swapnil Biswas, how confident are you? I mean, voters will, of course, be casting their ballot today. They're coming out in huge numbers. It's a celebration of democracy. They're exercising their franchise. But the BJP believes that this is the vote for them, that people are coming out in large numbers voting for them.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me on the panel. Secondly, you see, Kolkata in itself had only 63% poll percentage in the Lok Sabha elections. It's 11 a.m. right now. The percentage of 11 a.m. has just come in from the ECI with drizzle from the morning. With this kind of weather also, the poll percentage has reached 40%. We are very much sure, we are very much confident that this is a poll of anti-incumbency, and I agree with Pratim sir. I give a test to his thought process or his point that he put forward to us, that this is a poll of anti-incumbency, and people have come out in numbers to vote out this regime who has been atrocious in its treatment towards the people. And it is the urban population of Kolkata and other areas which are on poll today who want to come back to their home. They don't want to go to other states for their education or their occupation. They want to come back to Kolkata. They want to come back to West Bengal, to their own home. And that this is a vote of homecoming. This is a vote to vote out this atrocious regime. The women, as sir mentioned, that it is a bit dicey, and it's not sure that in which way women vote is going. But I want to assure everyone who is watching this debate that women are fed up with these government's antics. They are fed up with the statements made by the CM. They are fed up with the kind of treatment that they are receiving from this government. The Mamata Banerjee government thinks that because they give the Lokhir Bhandar or the 1500 rupees to these women, they have bought their votes. But people's vote are not bought like this. This should not be the approach of any political party. So they have taken it for granted, and they think that this dole out scheme of theirs would be a assurance for the vote of the women. But I want to assure that women has seen Arjikot, they have seen Durgapur rape case, they have seen South Calcutta Law College rape case, they have heard the statements made by our CM, how she has done victim blaming, how she has time and again said out out anti-women statements, such as women shouldn't go out of their house after 8 p.m. So such statements are heard by women, they are felt by women. They have seen how Mrs. Ratna Debnath, the mother of Abhaya, the victim of the Arjigar rape case, has been attacked by the ruling dispensation.
Okay.
How smear campaign has been run against
All
her.
right.
So they have seen this and they have their self-respect, and that is why they're voting en masse and they're voting against the Mamata government regime to
Okay.
remove the government.
Anurag Dikshit, would you agree that if women voters are coming out in large numbers today, perhaps it's a vote against the incumbent? Because, to be fair to the discourse that's been on in West Bengal for a very long time, it does appear that some of the statements that Mamata Banerjee has made haven't gone down too well with women voters.
A very good morning to everyone. As I talk today here after casting my vote, all the members said, and as you said that voting percentage has crossed 40% so far now. It's 12 o'clock, and the data of morning 11 shows that there has been more than 40% of polling till now. See, the blames and all the accusations which are being imposed on us from a very long time, I would rather say that this vote, the people of Bengal, they are fighting for their Bengali identity and to save their language. You see, the Election Commission, Enforcement Directorate, CBI, Income Tax, all the agencies, plus BJP, they are fighting the vote. And Trinamool Congress alone, with Mamata Banerjee and the people of West Bengal, are fighting the vote. You see, there has been a lot of instances where the BJP workers, they have been violating so many election commission guidelines. They are offering, Annapurna Bhandar form. They are promising that 3,000 rupees would be given to all the women, women voters instead of Lucky Bhandar, and they're also letting them fill the form. They're running form fill-up drives at the night time because such form fill-ups are against the moral code of conduct. Still, the people of Bengal, they are coming out of their houses, they are going to vote. Elderly citizens, they are also going to vote to cast their vote for Trinamool Congress or their desired party. This is the consequence of the SIR, post SIR.
Okay.
People are feared. There is an environment of fear. We are continuously working the people, we are making them assured there is nothing like that. And we have lost so many voters because of the incompetency of the election commission. We have lost so many
All
voters
right.
because the SIR process was conducted, in a ransom, in a very fast way, without any proper implementation, without any proper functioning, without any proper preparation. So certainly the vote turnouts will fall in the favor of Trinamool Congress, and for sure 4th May you will see Didi would be coming in
Of
power
course,
for the fourth time.
we'll know which way the voters really voted, whether it was women not happy, disenchanted with Mamata Banerjee, or whether it was people who were not happy with the way SIR was carried out in a rushed manner. I believe Swapnil wants to respond to you. Swapnil?
Yeah, just two small things on the statements made by my friend Anurag. I would request him to visit booth number 213 of Falta Assembly constituency, wherein the EVM button of the BJP candidate has been taped, and it has been caught red-handed by the candidate, and it has been reported, and ECI has gave a strong stern warning that if anything like this has been proved and it has been there, then repolling would happen in the booths. So anti-democratic activity or violation of model code of conduct, we will not take lessons or we will not take lectures from TMC, who has mastered violating it and who has mastered the art of rigging and booth jamming, right? So this is number one. Number two, he's talking about SIR process and how people were left out from it. I would like to point out a very simple thing here. All the BLOs which were appointed by the ECI were the state government employees of the West Bengal state government. We have seen how they have been threatened time and again by different TMC leaders, including the Supremo of the Trinamool Congress, Mamta Banerjee, on open stage that tomorrow ACI will go away, you need to stay under us. You draw our salary from our fund, your salary from our fund. So you need to work for us. So this immense pressurization has led certain BLOs to deliberately create certain logical discrepancies while uploading the forms in the SIR process, due to which many people had to face issues with their SIR process in the whole SIR phase.
Okay.
So that is how this process that is how the problem has its root in the politics of vengeance and the politics of discrimination carried out by TMC.
All
It's
right,
not on
so
the
all of
ECI
these, of
or
course,
on
are
the process in
allegations.
Nahul.
Let me reiterate that these are allegations. Of course, whatever will be proven, Election Commission says they're going to look into these allegations, and whether and if they're
Yeah,
proven,
you can see
action
the
will be
video.
taken.
It's up on our screen.
Right. So I'm going to now quickly toss across to Suvendu Adhikari, who's spoken on that very matter. I will come to you, Anurag, in just a bit. Let's listen into what Suvendu Adhikari had to say.
कैंडिडेट देख रहा है, हम लोग भी मॉनिटरिंग कर रहा है, जो करना चाहिए करूंगा। ये इलेक्शन कमीशन भी संज्ञान में लिया है, इस तरीके से काम करेगा तो जो करना चाहिए होगा। मैं कैंडिडेट के साथ बात करूंगा। भूपेंद्र यादव जी कॉल्ड मी एट 9 AM. I convey the situation. Just few minutes back, Honorable Home Minister, my leader Amit Shah ji called me. Wait, अभी कुछ नहीं हुआ है। 35% वोट पोलिंग हुआ, अभी बहुत देखना बाकी है।
All right, Nirmalya, you look at these allegations, counter allegations coming in from both sides, TMC versus the BJP. Both are accusing each other of intimidation. I mean, in the last 24 hours, we have heard of various controversies. Since this morning, we have heard of, how TMC has been accused of booth capturing. In one case, where the name of the TMC, a BJP candidate has been taped up. On the other hand, we're also hearing of controversy around Ajay Pal Sharma, the observer for elections. So, allegations, counter allegations of both the BJP and the TMC accusing each other of trying to tamper with the voting process. How are people going to decide in such a case scenario? Because it's a very difficult, while it's a neck-to-neck fight, as many are suggesting at this point, the idea is that it becomes difficult for voters to actually cut through the clutter when there's so much, allegations and counter-allegations being made.
True. What you're saying is true. But what I feel is that people have already decided before they going to the booths. And they have decided long ago. So they are just waiting for the opportunity. What makes things look interesting is that Mamta has gone back to her opposition days, despite being the ruler. She is on the streets. I have seen her on the streets before 2011. After that, she never came out. In 2011, she fought the elections, and then she came out. And after that, in 2016, 2021, she was not on the streets. But now she has assumed the role of an opposition leader. I find Mamta being an opposition leader now less than a ruler, because this shows her body language. By following her, you can understand the entire picture of what is going on in Bengal. She knows the pulse of the people and where it is going. People are coming out in numbers to vote. Somehow, I have a feeling TMC does not want that people should come out and vote, because that is a form of protest. That is a form of protest that against SIR. And the lesser the vote, in terms of political science, that's the rule. That's the rule book that the government is going or the ruling party is following.
Okay.
So in that case,
Right.
that is the thumb rule. It is not always the case. You cannot say that this is this. Voting is such, the way it is going, and the way Mamta is roaming around trying to giving allegations. These allegations she used to level at a time when she was fighting the CPIM tooth and nail.
Okay.
Lathi
So
charge.
we are looking at Mamta Banerjee of 15 years ago. as combative
That
as
is
she
where,
was.
that is the way I am looking at it.
Okay, and so how do we really read it? I'm going to come to that, but breaking news coming in on the show. In the South 24 Parganas Falta Assembly constituency, Central Forces carried out a lathi charge at booth number 186 in Bel Singha. According to reports, a crowd had gathered within the 100-meter radius of the polling booth. To maintain security and disperse the crowd, Central Forces personnel resorted to a lathi charge. Tensions prevailed in the area following the incident. And the voting process, however, still continues, but reports coming in there of a lathi charge being carried out by the Central Forces. Pratham Ranjan Bose, a combative Mamta Banerjee, coming out on streets after 15 long years. Is that a Mamta Banerjee who's perhaps not assured of a victory, who is a bit rattled that, you know, BJP is making inroads, would successfully make inroads this time around?
Obviously, there is the prime reason I said in the morning session with you. See, a couple of things. Was understanding West Bengal or comparing West Bengal with the rest of the country is not justified. I mean, why it is? For example, look at this. We look at the polling rate. Now, the polling rate, believe you me, for last 6 decades, or at least I can say ever since I know, rigging by the ruling side, has been normalized. Violence. So, state apparatus will be used to intimidate voters. Now, these all are normalized in West Bengal. So, you know, understanding the polling rate, comparing polling rate, I often find it very misleading. Second is how Mamta is reacting. So, Mamta is an agitational leader. That is what she sold. And when she is coming to that terms, it means that she is now, as Nirmala said very correctly, we have to read her as the opposition leader. So that clearly shows that she is under pressure. Finally, if you look at the total polling incidents, I mean, there are some interesting trends that I was just checking. I mean, I have never seen this. Today, if we just look at the polling rate till, this polling rate is the true polling rate. It is not comparable to the previous years. So, till 11 a.m., Calcutta North reported 38% plus polling. Now, this is interestingly, this is higher than South 24 Parganas, the district that reports very high polling rate. And you know, even Calcutta North or Calcutta South is equivalent to North 24 Parganas. This is unprecedented. I'm telling you, this vote will have many layers. It is not one factor. For example, in Calcutta, the apartment dwellers, the middle and upper middle class will have unprecedented say in the results. I don't know which way they will vote, but I'm saying that they will dictate the terms this year. Similarly, in other areas, when this high polling is happening, for example, in South 24 Parganas, Hindu vote will have significant implications over there. I mean, this is in Howrah, such a high polling rate of 40%, Purba Bardhaman, 44% polling rate. So this is going to be a huge change maker.
Okay.